When the decision was made to put United States forces on Dutch soil, Dwight D. Eisenhower was president. The Marshall Plan was in full force. The Korean War had just ended. NATO was in its infancy, and the Dutch guilder rate was 4.28 to the dollar. The driving force behind the placement of U.S. Air Forces in Holland was a NATO defense study which made suggestions for improving and bolstering air defense in the Central European region of NATO. After discussions with the Dutch government, the decision was made to place the squadron of U.S. Air Force interceptors at the Royal Netherlands Air Force Base of Soesterberg because of its central location within this NATO area of responsibility. The first aircraft assigned to Soesterberg were F-86F Sabres. These aircraft came as the 512 Fighter Day Squadron, which flew direct from RAF Manston, England. The first aircraft to arrive was flown by the commander of the squadron, Lieutenant Colonel Frank M. Haney, on November 16, 1954. The flight took all of 26 minutes and was met at the Dutch border by Royal Netherlands Air Force Gloucester Meteor Mk-7 of 328 Squadron. The small part of the base assigned to the Americans received the name Camp New Amsterdam as a reminder of the first Dutch colony in America, New Amsterdam, which was later renamed New York. The original content of Americans was only 270 officers and airmen. Although clear in its mission of augmentation to the Royal Netherlands Air Forces, the 512th's lack of historical connection to the Dutch caused the U.S. Air Force to search for an appropriate unit designation with the desired connection. After an extensive search, officials made a decision to assign the unit designation of an inactive World War II squadron, which had served, if not in the Netherlands proper, then at least on Dutch soil, Curaçao and Aruba. From these Dutch islands, the 32nd Fighter Squadron tried to track down groups of German submarines, which, working together, were inflicting heavy losses on Allied shipping in the Caribbean. These groups were known as wolf packs and resulted in the squadron nickname of Wolfhounds. The squadron emblem at the time was the vicious and visibly hungry wolf head designed by Walt Disney Studios.